All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all, Naija Watch family. We're back here again. The first video for today, as you all know, that yes, today is our debate. We'll be preparing for our debate because it's going to be a hot one today. But meanwhile, let's talk about this particular one. How you guys doing, Naija Watch family? Let's talk about the current situation that is going on in Iguomon community. As Iguomon community, they had a press conference this afternoon on the unlawful arrest of Egharevba and the continuous suppression in court. I would like us all to listen to this. Please don't forget to hit the like button and let's do this together. Can see Chris Imafidon with us, Doris Audion. Good afternoon to every one of you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mufwa Angela. God bless you. Good afternoon to you. Thank you, my people. Let's listen to this, the plight of the Iguomon community, the elders. I'd like you all to listen to this. God bless you all.
Sincerely apologize, particularly to our brothers of the press who have been here since 8 o'clock. And also want to apologize to our elders who we decided to wake impromptu to ensure that we let the world hear what we have to say today as regards the continued disregard and intimidation of the Congo people over our land we have won from Congo community. ABS, your presence is not noted. So with us today is a journalist from the media and the press. I mean journalist for the media, the Edo State chapter of all relevant TV stations and radio stations and newspaper, both Vanguard and sister newspaper like The Punch. They are also here with us. And the reason why we are here is known to everybody. We are here because of the fact that we can no longer continue to keep quiet while our neighbors and people who have gone to court over issues of disputes they have related to land since 1976. They are still using the police and other agents of government to intimidate the peaceful people of Iguomon community. So that is why we are here today. So, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to this January briefing of the Iguomon people and to the threats, intimidation, and abuse of the Supreme Court judgments that exist within the boundary dispute between Iguomon and the Congo community. Press conference from the Edo People's Advocacy Organization of Nigeria to the Office of the Attorney General of Edo State, Office of the Executive Governor of Edo State, and the Inspector General of Police and the officials of the Edo State Ministry of Justice this 21st day of January 2022. The good people of Edo State, members of the civil society community here present, and the press. This press conference today is to demand from the office of the Governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Nogegase Obaseki, and the Inspector General of Police, and the office of the Attorney General of Edo State the full implementation of the Supreme Court judgment that was delivered in 2016 in favor of Iguomon community against the Ikombo community, and a call for the immediate release of our brother Egharevba, popularly known as Leteke. We state and demand as follows. 1. That we want to strongly express our dissatisfaction over the continuous disregard of the Supreme Court judgment delivered on the 3rd day of February 2006 relating to the land and boundary dispute between Iguomon and Ikombo communities in Wonde local government area of Edo State. This dispute over land was brought before the High Court of Law in 1976 at the Haibudu High Court, where the Iguomon people won the suit at the High Court. Sequel to the privileges of our judicial architecture, an appeal was filed by the Ikombo community at the Appeal Court of Law, where they also lost the suit to Iguomon community for the 2nd time. According to the privileges, as I earlier said, the Ikombo community approached the Supreme Court, where judgment was delivered also in favor of Iguomon community in 2006. Ever since the Iguomon community won the judgment, the Ikombo community has carried out all forms of activities that display outright disobedience to our Supreme Court judgment with the aid of the IRT tactical unit of the Nigerian Police Force. Ever since the Iguomon community won the judgment, the Ikombo community has carried out activities that displays outright disobedience, lawlessness, intimidation, oppression, and all forms of callous misbehavior. 2. A warrant of possession was issued to the Iguomon community by the Ministry of Justice in 2016, and the boundaries delineated between both divide of the communities, Iguomon and Ikombo as the case may be. This form of action by the Edo State government has created a form of resistance to the Iguomon people in possessing their rightful possession, having won in a landslide victory from the High Court, Appeal Court, and the Supreme Court. At the very just now, selling of lands belonging to Iguomon community, particularly the lands situated in the area where Iguomon community won in the Supreme Court, is now the order of the day being orchestrated by the Onhe, one Fosa Agubayi, and others unknown to Iguomon people. The selling of these lands is in an uncoordinated manner that they even sell roads, all in a bid to acquire funds from developers who are having interest to develop properties or projects in that part of Iguomon land. This trend has now set an example to other communities in the Wonde local government, who no longer see the court process in Nigeria as a viable one, but a mere paper document for parties before it. Because the Ikombo community leadership, the Onhe, has now trained and recruited armed militia groups to enable him take charge of the sales of land belonging to Iguomon people, thereby relegating the Supreme Court and judicial system to the backdoor process in our country. Having said this, we demand that the office of the Attorney General of Edo State, the #1 judicial officer of the state, rise up to uphold the judicial process of our land with relevant instruments of state before lawlessness becomes the order of the day. We call on the Executive Governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Nogegase of Baseki, and the Inspector General of Police to call the leadership of the Ikombo community, particularly the Onhe and the youth leader, and the youth leader to order and arrest all sophisticated firearms the Iguomon community, including the developers of that part of Iguomon land. We want to, at this point, draw the attention of the Inspector General of Police to the lawless and intimidating arrest of Iguomon people, particularly the arrest of one Egharevba, who is currently being taken to Abuja to deny him access to testify in the court, particularly the High Court of Benin, against the leadership of Iguomon over a murder case of 2 Iguomon citizens. The police has also done harm than good in the discharge of their duties to Iguomon community. They have hereby sold vehicles, when I mean vehicles, not one, vehicles of Iguomon people in court cases that are still before the court. They have sold vehicles in which they impounded in the incident of arrest belonging to Iguomon people. And those very vehicles, I think the papers of these vehicles are here present. I will make it very visible to the press for them to ascertain their claim in due course of this press briefing. The Inspector General of Police should please understand that there is no difference between Supreme Court judgment in Lagos and Supreme Court judgment delivered in Edo State. Very recently, we saw through the media where the police went to enforce a Supreme Court judgment in Lagos that led to a flagrant disregard of an executive order from the governor of Edo State by its operative in Lagos. We demand as follows. 1. That the Inspector General of Police should immediately set up a police inquiry to come down to Iguomon community to ascertain if our claims are true or false. 2. We also demand the unconditional release of Egharevba. We hereby state as follows: that failure for the unconditional release of Evans, who was arrested by Festus Idia, who is a paymaster to receive pay from the Iguomon people to arrest Iguomon indigenes for the past 6 years running. He has, however, arrested all alleged persons, including the alleged persons Clement Iguomon and JUDGEMENT, who were alleged of carrying out attacks under the guise of VGN. However, these persons are not operatives in the field of practicing community policing. They don't even bear arms. They are not operative who discharge their functions as security officials in the Edo State Vigilante Network. But so laughable, the Ohe, Egharevba, and others emanating from the Iguomon community came out on the EBS TV station to allege these fellows of being not just members of the Vigilante Network, but commanders controlling the security units of Iguomon community. However, this is also laughable, that the allegations once more is false, baseless, and unfounded, because the very youth mentioned are very much around and they can speak for themselves. However, we are also going to reiterate the fact again that we give the relevant authorities 7 days to, as a matter of urgency, respond to the issues raised, because an injury to one is an injury to all. The continuous intimidation, arrest, unlawful charges to court of Iguomon people can no longer be curtailed. For the record of the record of purpose, the Iguomon people have been charged to court, including the names we have just mentioned, for charges without evidence, charges that were thrown out of court for lack of merit. However, we want to state the Iguomon people are law-abiding, The Iguomon people are peaceful. The Iguomon people that we know have always told the path of law to ensure that whatever dispute they have with neighboring communities are resolved amicably and in consensus with the laws of Nigeria. Gentlemen and ladies of the press, we want to say thank you for attending these January briefings, and we hope that the true reflection of all what we have said is transmitted before the general public. Once again, our elders who are seated here are also available to express their dissatisfaction and their demands from the government of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and God bless you. For the avoidance of doubt, these are the very visible photocopy of the vehicles that the police have sold belonging to Iguomon people. I think the members of the press can also peruse through this to at least ensure that this report is captured, or the vehicle particulars of these Iguomon indigenes, numbering over 5, is reported as at the time of this press briefing to be put on the media. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for coming. Great youth, great people of Iguomon community. Great. Are we troublesome? No. Are we violent? No. Are we peaceful? Yes. God bless you all. Yes. So, gentlemen of the press, particularly our sister media station, the EPS. I don't know if there's a formal question that can be put before us. Rather than that, if there's none, our elders will have 1 or 2 words to say, particularly the Egharevba of the community will have.
Oni magime, ana domie matana, a year House of Assembly. Very matana. Very. Here you do ya from where or here the Supreme Court to Buge. As House of Assembly. You get bypass here. Another and the master bypass. One minute, 10 money bypass it. So, niga ne kiangwe ewa ike swen aya sili awa kotoda asile veya keleni wakwa ibia wima ebaya ni mamena vianjo abi biaki mayari yugo yan sizi ami egbian anado mi oru e aya gbima ekweze benama mi idogbo ana ya mia e no sunu we wa be dia idogba na ya mia ezo yewere court na ni inu po na ya bo be Supreme Court, I think 2006 or so kele wa den ayeye ti this time now e matter wa ni agbele kwezeli ni aveye court eba next month I gbezo iya ihanya egbeli mai mama egbe amopa we mo toni ni maze ope ni maketu gwalari oba ni majena sima ari yegwa ai je ya amake na ga ilawo imi ma ya wa gbele but mama o ni ma fall to law wetin ma gwa mama o ni ma we. If not, il y a un peu de poussement. Dès qu'on avait et manqué d'or et et juste un soldat aurait vous bête. Mané maman yo boy ya ke gwenia. Ani il y a pas no kani. Aga temi moto na bien. Il y a bien ma moto. Vege. Ya gbeli ma ya gbele. La na rioba ni a pu ma de ma Iguomon. Ni ala we gbegwe ma mama mi magayu
Wadomo. Mami obi obuna wakana. Obi eno da la hena. Obi eno wada la hena. Yo makire ino. Rato boy. Oje ga e moto na. The government mu aye gan yo. Oje prison yo. Iye ni ke ma iye na leku amami aye gan. Ori odu afom na we iye apa ba ni re. Anything atori e mu ayo Nigeria ni. Iye gbele han. Anu kebu ma ino.
Okay, sir.
Ime yekere ukwe mu yese. Ojo eri ma na mugbo. Egbe no so si na ma fun. Won abu hu dane ni wa egbe wa. O so si wa agbo ri e bi e ma. Ma ime yi ka ma ri oba ni ala o. Ni atian to order. Iya me ma me tisari arioba. Wala o.
Sir. What's it, sir? Bros. They particularly mentioned your name, that you led your guys, that they were going for a social event and people opened fire on them. They showed relics of the vehicles, about 3 that were destroyed. Where were you on that particular day?
Okay.
Bros, I mean, if you raise your caps, is it
the two? I know this will come. I was even expecting it as a present leader in the community. So definitely this will happen. That brother was not around. My brothers was also around. So this same particular Igbo community are having cases with different communities, like 3 communities. They are having problem with Iguomon. They are also having problem with Azaba community, not only Iguomon community. So each time they get attacked, they always point their figure at the Iguomon community. So we are very low abiding citizens. We don't take laws into our hands. I just want to let the public to know that we are never aware. What they said against us in the media, that is not true. It's not true. I don't really have much to say now. I'm never a commander of the vigilante. Let's go and check. I'll never go to their base. I'll never, so I'll never a commander. So my interest is to protect my community and defend my community. So I want to use this media to let the public know to shun whatsoever any allegations of level against us. And also call for the government of the day, not for Supreme Court. Obviously, will be there. So let them obey the rule of law. I believe everybody are equal before the rule of law. So let them obey the rule of law.
I want to say, particularly to the IROT and the Commissioner of Police, Professor Sitia should release Mr. Leteke Evans Egharevba within the next 7 days from today, because we are going to come out to ensure that we can protest within the corridors of our community. Because we can no longer be sleeping with our 2 eyes closed when police are not the one hunting us. Police are not the one terrorizing people who have not committed crime. This same Leteke has been arrested over 4 times. In fact, I personally went to Abuja with the bad rules and everything to ensure that he was released. He was charged again to the Benin High Court, where the DPP saw that he had no case. Himself and other persons who were arrested had no case to answer. They came again. They have arrested him. He was granted bail from Abuja again. Now, before Christmas, they have arrested this Leteke, kept him in the cell here in Benin for over a month. When they realized that the committee was not willing to come and give them money for bail, they ran with him to Abuja. These have been the trade of Festus Idia. I don't know how he was promoted from inspector to because ordinarily such a person should have been dismissed from the police service. What he does is to use the police as a trading chips with communities that are in crisis. Rather than advise them to go to court to litigate whatever differences they have, he decided to use the stroke of the Abuja police network of taking case files from different police formations in those states to I believe now that his name is on social media, before the end of today, most communities will also come out where he's terrorizing them. In fact, He doesn't have any other work. You cannot see him arrest a major crime syndicate. He only specializes in going after community cases in Edo State. So it is in this vein that we are saying that please, the government of the day should immediately call this first subsidiary to order and ensure that Egharevba is unhurt and released in good health. So having said all of this, we are not lawless citizens. The reason why we are saying this is because we believe that the media is a viable channel or a viable means to ventilate our grievances, as the case may be. So having said all of this, we also want to state that the vehicles that the police have sold, the matter is still before the High Court in Benin. They have auctioned the vehicles belonging to Iguomon people, as if that is the primary purpose of policing. They specialize in selling Iguomon people's property each time they come here to impound the vehicle. They specialize in selling it to themselves in the name of auctioning. So thank God the vehicle papers are all here. The exhibit, as it was registered in State CID, I personally met the OC monitoring unit to secure the release. I personally, not that I sent a lawyer, I personally went to meet the OC monitoring unit to release that vehicle. He said the matter was in court. But only to our greatest surprise that we found out recently that the vehicles have all been sold and auctioned. So we don't know if that is the job of the police to arrest people and illegally sell their properties. You know, that is not even a subject of litigation or a subject of the petition that was written. So this is how bad it has become, particularly to the people of Iguomon community. So we have no other option than to come out peacefully to ensure that we protest after 7 days of airing our grievances to relevant authorities via the channel of the mass media. Once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, members of the press, for this opportunity given to us. God bless you all.
All right, thank you very much, my people, for your time with us. We need to round up now because we're already preparing. The debate is around the corner, and we apologize for the network interruption right there. As you know, sometimes this happen. But meanwhile, we need to move on right now. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you right here. I can see a lot of my families. You all are here right now. Because of time, I cannot really acknowledge you all, but I just want to say thank you so much to every one of you. God bless every one of you. Please don't forget, if you are joining our debate tonight, it's going to be a hot one, 7 p.m. You know, please endeavor to join us. Let's do this together. You know, I appreciate you all. Like I said before, I have to go now. Take care and God bless you all.